Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS. My name is Dovudxon Abdullayev. I'll be your examiner today. May I please have your full name?
My full name is Salomat Yusupov.
Okay, Salomat. What do you do, Salomat? Do you work or do you study?
So currently I'm juggling both my studies and work. I study at the Westminster International University in Tashkent. And at the same time, I work as an English teacher at a private school.
Let's talk about your job more. Do you like teaching?
Yeah, I do like teaching. The main reason is that I like to communicate with people and talking to my students and, seeing their results is what makes me happy.
Okay, nice. Now let's talk about holidays. Do you prefer spending holidays with friends or family?
It actually depends on where we are going. For example, if we're heading to overseas, I'd prefer going with my friend because my family members do not know English and I'll have to worry about them and do all the talking stuff. But if I'm with my friends who actually know English very well, we can, have a great time together.
What kind of holiday accommodation do you like to stay in?
For example,
hotel, a hotel, an apartment, a family.
Hotel is a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I would prefer hotels because it's very convenient and I would enjoy it, I guess.
Is your city or region a good place for other people to have a holiday in?
For young people, yes, but I wouldn't say so for older people. For young people, it's a great place to visit because there are a lot of entertainment facilities. There are a lot of parks, cinemas, shopping malls that you can visit.
Okay. Any other regions or cities you would recommend to have holidays in?
So, there are actually a lot of good places to have a holiday in. Our country is renowned for its historical cities. For example, Samarkand and Bukhara.
Okay.
People can visit these places and learn some history and enjoy the historical monuments.
Sure. Do you have a favorite cafe?
Yeah, my favorite cafe is Freta, which is located near here, and almost like every day we go there to have some coffee.
Okay. Do you have a favorite type of coffee?
Yeah, iced coffee is my favorite. Although sometimes it hurts my stomach, but I do enjoy it a lot compared to hot coffees because in summer days you don't want to drink these hot drinks and you want to feel fresh, and that's why I prefer iced coffees.
Okay. And what do you think makes cafes popular? What's the difference between Freta and some other unknown brand of a place?
I mean, Freta is also unknown place. I knew it because of its location. It was located near the learning center, and that's why I found it very convenient to visit there. And I think that's why I got the chance to know Freta. And if we compare this unknown Freta to other cafes, I think the brand awareness is very important. You got to advertise the brand. You got to have great, reviews from the customers, and that's how you get the reputation, I guess.
Freta is pretty bustling with people as well. So
yeah, and it's actually very, very small.
Yeah, it is very small. I think they're expanding, but anyway, so we can move to part 2. In part 2, I'd like you to describe an interesting and unusual building that you would like to describe. You have a minute to prepare, and you can start now. All right, your time is up. You can start speaking now. You have 2 minutes to speak. Go ahead.
So now, let me tell you about the building that I really want to visit. So, to give you a bit of background, I'm a huge Andrew Tate fan. I don't know anyone who is more of an Andrew Tate fan than me. So the building that I want to visit is actually his mansion, which is located in Romania. For those who don't know who Andrew Tate is a 4-time kickboxing world champion, a multi-millionaire, and all around a nice guy. So the reason I want to visit his mansion in Romania is that it's very well known, it's very renowned. I've heard this from the podcast, if I'm not mistaken, where a guy who went to Romania to have a podcast with Andrew said that the mansion, Andrew Tate's mansion, is actually, pointed and is given a name on the map. You open a Google map, you can see like Andrew Tate's mansion. It's literally called Top G's mansion, which is his nickname, So if I ever get the chance to visit Romania and visit his house, his mansion, I would really want to spend a day with him, because I found it really intriguing to visit this house, to have a one day with Andrew Tate and spend it, as fighter. I want to have a conversation with Andrew Tate and his brother. I want to talk about his, business, his entrepreneurship and skills. And I want to have some sparring with Andrew himself. Although I'm a real, literally a real amateur when it comes to boxing. I want to have some sparring. I want to spend time, watching his car collection, which is worth more than millions of dollars. Even one of his car, a Bugatti Chiron, is worth
Thank you.
$5 million.
So when are you planning that trip?
I mean, in the next 5 years, I guess, when I have the geographical freedom after making some money.
Do you think it's easy to get access to his mansion or to Andrew Tate himself?
I wouldn't say so. It may cause you a lot of trouble, because you need to know some people to get the permission to enter the house.
Some people being which people? What do you mean?
I mean, friends, his brother, or his, close people.
Okay, let's move to part 3. And let's talk about buildings. What kinds of buildings are considered unusual in Uzbekistan?
I would say historical buildings are very unusual in our country. And they are actually pretty well preserved, some of them. We can give Registan, a square Registan in Samarkand as an example. It's very unusual, and it's quite amazing to enjoy and, look at.
Do you think the design of a building is more important than its function?
I wouldn't say so. That's a good question. I think a building should serve some purpose, and it's actually more important than the design itself. For example, you might have a very small building which is not well designed, but if it serves the right purpose, if it functions as a learning center, let's say, and it does a pretty well job, produces results, this building will be more memorable for the students.
Okay. Why do some people prefer modern architecture while others prefer traditional styles?
I mean, it all comes down to exposure to social media, I guess. You look at the social media videos where people are living these lavish lifestyles in Dubai with modern architecture, and you get inspired and also want to have this, visit this kind of places and own this kind of buildings, and etc. But I would say history enthusiasts would actually prefer to, look at historical architecture.
Okay. How do buildings reflect a country's history?
Well, I think by tourism, by stories they have behind them, For example, as I said, let's talk about this Samarkand city. Whenever you visit Samarkand, you have this guide, and the guide will be explaining the architecture, the purpose, the emperors, the Khans who ruled this city or area in their time, and they can reflect and showcase the historical value.
Okay, thank you. Do you think the government should spend more money to preserve historical buildings?
Yes, they definitely should, because it will attract more tourists and it will boost the economy, because tourists will come and they will spend money for accommodation, for daily expenses and so on, and it will probably increase the reputation of a country, because the better economy means the better education. Better economy means the better reputation, let's say.
Better how so?
For example, let's take an example of Turkey. Turkey is a country which is renowned for its tourism, and all the people around the world know Turkey because of its tourism, and it has a global reputation based on tourism.
So tourism or economy? You said the better economy.
Tourism contributes to economy.
But tourism is not the same as economy, is it?
Yeah, it's the thing, the sector, part of economy that contributes to overall economic let's say, well-being of a country.
It definitely does, but it's not the same thing. It's a tiny part of economy. Tiny or maybe not tiny, depending on the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think high-rise buildings are a practical solution to urban overpopulation?
Urban overpopulation?
Yeah. So cities are getting more crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah. As time passes. So do you think skyscrapers would be a nice solution to that problem?
Good question. Yeah, I would say so. Because if you look at any mega cities, you can't imagine them without these high-rise buildings, without these tall buildings which accommodate a lot of people. If we compare, let's say, Tokyo to other cities, Tokyo is doing a well job with, keeping its population because it has this kind of buildings. It has a very dense population.
All right. That marks the end of our speaking test, and I think we can wrap up here. All right, so now we are done with the speaking examination of Mr. Salomat, and it has been a very nice experience speaking with them, and he did a good job overall. And now we'll move on to the assessment by criteria. I think it's noticeable that he was very fluent overall and smooth with his speech. However, idea development could have been better, which is why for that criteria, for the fluency criterion, for the fluency and coherence criterion, we give him an 8. So he gets an 8 there. So it's a nice band, it's a very nice band. It can be 9 if the coherence part, if the idea development part is worked on. The second part of speaking criteria is vocabulary and lexical resource. And for vocabulary, it's an 8. For vocabulary, we can also give him an 8. He used nice terms, especially in part 1, such as couch surfing and some other good phrases. Some topic vocabulary would help, and some misusage of collocations was seen as well. But overall, I think it was a good enough job for a 7 in vocabulary. So that's nice. The next, pronunciation. Pronunciation is very tightly linked with fluency, and Salomat has a high level of pronunciation, except that he tends to go too loud when answering the questions, and that is not advisable. And hopefully the candidate resolves that issue. The last point would be grammar. Grammar, there are no mistakes, there are no inaccuracies technically. However, a wide range can be said to be lacking, and the range can be worked on, which is why it might be a score that is unexpected, but for grammar, we will give him a 7. That means our overall band score has the 3 8s and a 7, which translates to 7.5 in speaking. It's a very high level 7.5. It's the highest 7.5 you could have. And the areas that the candidate needs to work on are niche and specific and not too big. And I'm sure he can close those holes in a matter of weeks and get 8+, 8.5, so maybe even 9s, right? In the real exam. We wish the candidate the best, and that's our wrap up. Thank you.